In this video, I will be showing you how to make coconut dumplings. You got that right, coconut dumplings. Growing up as a child, I used to see my grandmother cook one pot and always have coconut in it. So today, I'm going to show you how I'm making these dumplings. Okay, but not just that. We have a lot more to go. These are the ingredients. I'm going to need that piece of saltfish, tomato, bell pepper, scallion, onion. I'm gonna have it with ackee. Yes. So I'll be showing you how all of this put together. Thyme, some green plantain. I'm gonna use oatmeal and some coconut milk. So let's dive into how I get this ingredients ready. Okay, so I'm gonna put the saltfish to boil and I'm getting the plantain peeled. So I'm using 3 green plantain and 1 ripe plantain. I'm sure you never see a recipe like this before. If you ever do something like this before, put your hands up in the comment section. So I'm going to use the coconut milk to blend the plantain. Up next, we're going to add 1.5 cup of oatmeal. In the blender with the plantain and the coconut milk. So we're going to blend that together. Nice and creamy, huh? So with the oatmeal flour, I'm just going to add this blend mixture and I'm going to knead that dumplings. Let's go, Donna. Guys, you should try this menu. You're gonna love it. So I'm making the dumpling very tight because I like to send my teeth in those dumplings. So I'm going to cover the dumpling and let it set for maybe a good 15-20 minutes while I get other things ready. I'm gonna chop some seasoning. So I'm cutting up the tomato, the onion, scallion, and bell pepper for the ackee. I have to wash my seasonings. Chop them up very small because if they're too big, then it's not gonna look nice. So you wanna make sure you cut these seasons very small. Okay, so it's time to cut the ackee, and I'm going to just put it in a draining bowl. And the water from the saltfish, I'm just going to pour it on top just to get off some of the whatever they use to preserve this thing. I'm just going to wash the ackee with the hot saltfish water. And now I'm going to pick up this saltfish, guys. Clean it up and pick it up nicely. The middle bone in the saltfish, I don't know if you're like me, but I love that. When I cook that up in my ackee, it have a little extra salt to it. And believe me, I love it. The seasoning get into it, and I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm just going to cook up the ackee while I set the pot on to make the dumplings. The ackee is taking less than 5 minutes. So I put the saltfish in first so it have a little crunchiness. Then I add the chopped seasoning. So I'm going to let that cook for about 3 minutes. I don't like a lot of oil in my ackee. If you're wondering why is it there is no oil cooking the seasoning, this is how I like to cook it. I mean, it's your choice if you want to add more oil to it, but I just don't want much oil in my ackee. And that's it for the ackee, guys. Less than a minute. You just want it to get hot. You're not cooking it. It's already cooked in the can. So you just really want it to get hot. And the last thing you're going to do is add a little bit of black pepper to it. Looks delicious, right? Yep. Good to go. So this is done. It's time to get the dumpling ready. So I'm going to chop a piece of onion, scallion, and thyme. Up next, I am going to cut a piece of coconut cream. This is what I'm going to use for the dumplings. I already use a can of coconut milk to knead the dumpling, and I'm going to use a half of coconut cream for the pot to boil the dumpling in. The water is boiling right now, and I'm making the dumpling to drop in here. Okay, you get the drift of how the dumpling make. That's it. So I'm going to add the dumpling right now with the seasoning in the boiling water. I don't use a lot of water, just enough to cover the dumplings. So I'm just going to put that to boil. I have two potato. So when the dumpling is almost cooked, I'm going to peel those two potato and just add it into the pot. Also, I add a teaspoon of Maggi all-purpose. But there you have it, guys. The dumpling is the food is almost ready. Yes, here is the potato. It's not soaked yet, but almost there. This is so good. I am telling you, you should try it. If you don't, you're missing out. So it's time to share the food. And I'm going to eat three dumpling. Yes, and a piece of potato. The dumplings are not that big, guys. So don't say, oh, she's craving. She's gonna eat three dumpling? Oh yes, I am. I haven't done that in a long time. But you forget but guess what? It's all wheat dumpling and you have plantain and all wheat plantain and oatmeal in there. So you know, it's not just flour I'm eating. So let's share my ackee. Guys, if you reach this far, please remember to hit that like button. It will be greatly appreciated. And that's the finishing. I'm going to add a little avocado to my food because, guys, if you never eat dumpling with avocado, you're missing out. I promise you, you are missing out. So that is how I made my coconut dumpling. And I use different things from time to time to make these meals. Okay? If you watch my live, sometimes when I'm cooking months ago, I make coconut dumpling with pumpkin. Yeah, that may be over a year ago or something like that. So if you go on YouTube and you see my live videos, you can go through them. I have made coconut dumpling before. Bye, guys.